your host in the building. You know what I'm talking about? Today's conversation, we're going to speak on depression, okay? Not just depression in itself, but who do you have to speak to about depression, or who have spoken to you about depression to help you get through that stage of your life where you feel like all odds is against you. You know, where you feel like you are alone, you feel like you are being taken for granted. Someone who feels like you have done so much, but you have been giving so little. However you want to place it, it's a part of a depression stage. Now, I want to speak to the people today about who do you have to help you through that stage, right? Because as a man, men doesn't really speak to each other on depression. You know, we're not sitting down and having conversations about, yo, bro, what are you going through, and how you can get through that, and where's your mental state of mind at, you know what I'm saying? So today, because we don't have those conversations, you dig? I'm here to talk to you about it. You know what I'm saying? From experience to helping out others, I'm not an expert, but I would like to speak with you on this topic, right? So from experience of going through it, okay, hitting that plateau in my 30s and questioning who I am as a person and questioning where am I at in my life and what I can actually maybe leave to my kids and what I want my life to actually stand for, right? And when you hit this wall, this boom, you know what I'm saying, and reality sets in on you, you know, and you start questioning because you want to do more, right? Everyone wants to do more, but somehow, some way, you get plugged into this dark environment feeling, right? And you look around and you get the question, hey man, people around me, I don't want to talk to them about this, I don't want to talk to them about that, you know what I'm saying? And what happens is you start talking more to yourself. And that's a big X. It's hard to pull yourself out of something that you're the one in, right? It's always gonna take someone on the outside to start helping you will yourself out of that hole, right? For me, I had to go get a therapy. I had to figure it out, right? In that sense, I had to go and speak to somebody. I had to hear what my brain was trying to tell me. You know, I had to hear myself as I'm saying it, like, wait a minute, that don't make sense. But in your mind, everything makes sense, right? So I'm gonna say this to say that. It's like, when you don't have no one to speak to and you're in these situations and you feeling this type of way, it's very important that you pull something out of your surroundings that's positive, right? And when I started hitting the gym, it gave me something else to focus on, and it relieved a lot of the extra tension that I felt on myself, and then it allowed my blood to start flowing, you know, properly through my brain and allowing me to have other ideas. Also, when you're in the gym, who you're meeting? You're meeting a lot of people that's positive, working on themselves, working on improving themselves. So here go the second thing you should do, right? You should start getting out and networking with more positive people. Go to positive areas. I'm not talking about the club and get sauced and all that, turn up and get lit. I'm not talking about that, okay? I'm talking about healthy relationships and being in healthy places to build those healthy relationships with other healthy people, right? So you might look it up and say, hey, I'm gonna pick a yoga class, I'm gonna pick a book club, you know, more positive and interesting things. You know, when you're in these moments, you have to find out what hobby you can get to refocus, to reprogram, because truth be told, in those stages is where when you come strong and you come out on the other side, you rebrand yourself, right? And you can't rebrand yourself with old things now. You have to rebrand yourself with new adventures, new things, new, you know what I'm saying, knowledge. So, you know, you have to gain some knowledge to actually start doing different things, right? So you pick some things up. Long story short, you'll pick some things up, a hobby up, you know what I'm saying, that will keep your focus, keep you around positive people, you know what I mean, keep you pulling. Third thing, right? Go to a therapist, right? I know how people feel sometimes, especially me. Let me tap onto it coming from a black neighborhood and a black community with, you know what I'm saying, and hearing how, hey, you don't go and tell people your problems. You're wrong, okay? You're wrong. You need these things to help better you. You need other people to help better you. But the thing about it is you need the proper people to speak to these things about so that way they can help you through the steps you're going through. Okay? If you don't understand what you're going through, right? Someone out there has been through it who can help you. Okay? Some people who are certified doctors and all of this so they can help you. That's what they're there for. So number one, okay? Number one is pick a hobby, right? Pick something that's going to better you. Pick a gym, pick a reading club, pick a yoga club, pick something positive with positive people. That's number one. Number two, okay, is networking. Okay, networking in the positive places that you're going so you can start speaking with positive people. Okay, so you pick your hobby, you get in that, you have positive people around you. Don't just stick inside the hobby and the craft and say this ain't for me. You start networking amongst that positive energy that's in that room with other people, right? In that positive environment you pick. So you pick the hobby, then you start interacting with positive people, right? Then you find someone who you can speak to, a therapist, right? Someone who can hit you directly to what your situation is and help you pull out of that turmoil that you're in. Okay? At that point, you have to also, right, be realistic with yourself. Okay? Don't place yourself inside this bubble like you he. If you're going through something, make sure that's something that you're going through, you try your best to express to this therapist. Okay, no, the first time you go, it might not be what you want. The second time you go, it might be, and the third time you go, it might be interesting. The fourth time you go, now you're working on something. Okay, so you have to understand the process of this. Okay, it is not a process that happens overnight, but it is a process that is needed.